Hello everyone, Sunday Adelaja here. Today we keep on going on the topic called Is Your Church a Cult? And the message today is unto freedom you are called. Unto freedom you are called. Let's see what the Bible says about this. Galatians chapter 5 verse 13 says, For brethren, you have been called unto liberty. Brethren, you have been called unto freedom. Christianity is a call to freedom. Not just freedom from sin, but freedom from any organization that desires to own or possess you as a human being. That's why Jesus went to the cross. And he went through the sacrifice that he went through so that you will be set free from that bondage and you will never experience bondage again. So the Bible here says, but by love serve one another. The only role that leadership of a church is supposed to be playing is to serve church members through love, to teach them how to love God, how to love people, and for leadership of the church themselves to show the example of love and to teach people to love. And the only thing you need, don't control people. They have been called to freedom. Give them unlimited freedom. The only thing they don't have the freedom to do is the freedom to sin. Anything that is not sin, let them have their full freedom and just love them. So if you go to a church where you are afraid to, where you cannot leave that church, you are afraid to leave, that fear, that spirit of fear is not God. Because the Bible says that where there is love, where love is perfected, there is no fear there. If the church that is overwhelmed with love for God and for people, you will not be afraid of leaving. That fear they are putting on you, that fear mongering, that fear that if you don't go, you cannot go, that fear is not of God. Any church that is controlled and is built on fear to control the members, is not the church of the Lord Jesus Christ. It is a cult. Yes, that's another point. Number 2 point. If you go to a church that tells you that you need some permission to leave the church, the place you came to freely, now you need permission to leave. Chineke, Egbabi. That's one I call to. So if you came there with your own free will, you should have your free will to also leave. They might try to convince you, they talk to you, but out of love, not out of fear, not out of some threat and things like that. Number 3, if any church is telling you that if you leave them, bad things will begin to happen to you, it's a cult. Or if they go to the stage and take the pulpit and home groups and fellowship and begin to say that, remember somebody left our church and all the people who left, they've died, they have cancer, this one happened to them, you shouldn't leave, and if you leave, bad things will happen to you. It is all manipulation, and that is a sign of a cult as well. That's a sign of a cult. Number four, how you know if your church is a cult or not. Are you in a place where they tell you that the church is your spiritual home or your covering, and that if you don't do what they tell you to do, that you will not be blessed because you are under the covering of the pastor, you are under the covering of the bishop, of the GO, of the bishop, of the senior pastor, of the general overseer, whatever they call them, that you are under the covering of the general overseer, and that if you don't obey, if you don't come to church every Sunday, if you don't come to home groups, if you don't give your tithe and offering, if you don't do this and that the covering is not giving you blessings, that the covering will be removed. I don't know what they say will happen. The lie, you are not under the covering of any man, you are under the covering of the Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, pastors give you covering, but that is a sub-covering that comes only after the covering of the Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, church gives you covering too, but that is a sub-covering that comes after the covering of the Lord Jesus Christ. So as long as you have the covering of the Lord Jesus Christ, all other ones are subordinate. All other ones are secondary.
So nobody should put you under the fear that you must do exactly what the church wants you to do, that you must do and behave the way some people want you to behave, so that you will be blessed, so that your blessing will remain. That is a false doctrine. It's a false doctrine, and it's a sign of a cult. Number 5, when a church tells you, and they always every little thing they tell you that you are disloyal. They are always telling you, when a church is always emphasizing loyalty, that you have to be loyal. When the church is always talking about being loyal to this, being loyal to the church, being loyal, they are not talking about loyal to Jesus. It's all about loyal to them, loyal to their pastor, loyal to their teaching. You have to be loyal and disloyal. It is manipulation. No? So all those doctrines about being loyal to the set man of the house, or the papa of the house, why are you not talking to me about being loyal to Christ? Why are you not talking to me about being loyal to God? Why should I be loyal to man? Of course, if you have treated me good, if you are, you behave well to me, if you have blessed me, if you have, been good to me, of course I'll be loyal to you. You don't need to be telling me that. You don't need to be telling me that. Especially even to be telling me all the time about that. So that is all control mechanism. That is all, the methods of putting people under the same bondage that the Bible says that we shouldn't allow people to put under. It is you aim at captivating you, putting you in bondage, and and subduing and crashing your will, and destroying your willpower. That is what those teachings about loyalty and disloyalty is about. It's about being able to control you so much that you are doing exactly what they want you to do, that you will not be able to oppose anything. Because any attempt you will have to oppose anything, they say you are disloyal. Any organization that doesn't allow you to express yourself freely, and rather they will be calling you loyal, or they have another one, rebel. That either you are a rebel or disloyal. It is all witchcraft. So he says, stand fast. I like that word. In Galatians chapter 5:1, he said, stand fast, stand strong in the freedom that Christ has won for you. That is Galatians 5:1 now. Fight for freedom. Stand for freedom. Stand in freedom. Galatians 5:1. Stand strong. Stand fast in the freedom that Christ has won for you. Stand strong in the freedom that Christ has won for you.